Hi, and welcome to Millennial Car Enthusiasts. So today we have a car that's very sentimental to me and my family. It's been around longer than I've been alive, and I've never actually heard it run or seen it move. It's become more of an ornament than a car, even though, car is a very loose term to use on this thing. But with no more further ado, here it is. It is a Dodge Daytona based race car that my father hand built and raced in the Pro Modified series here in Canada. Now it's sat just like this the entire time that I've known about it, and like I said, it's become more of an ornament as a lawn ornament or just a sight to see. And these wheels have never turned as I've seen it. But it's a complete car. It still has everything that he had in it still intact. Steering wheel, that's his custom pedal setup that he made. Fiberglass seat, manual transmission, and that's the really cool thing about this one. So give me a minute here and I'll be able to take the hood off and show you what we got going under there. Here we go. Here's under the hood. So we see he's made fully custom everything. I mean, suspension. He made the body by hand. Everything. Literally every single panel he put on this, he made himself. I mean, hell, this tire still has air in it. That was definitely something I would never have expected. You build it with coilovers and sort of like a cantilever suspension idea. Straight pipe header. And it is a 2.2 or 2.5 turbo Dodge Daytona based engine that he's actually carbureted. So as we can see, it has been sitting at least 30 years. So that's why I've never seen it running, unfortunately. But as we also see here, I've already been in here. I sprayed some WD-40 down, but it's missing the frickin' spark plugs and the leads. Now I've asked him, and he has no idea where they could have gone. It seems kind of strange to me how just suddenly it would go from, it was actually a running and driving car apparently. He had just gotten in a small accident with it, and after my sister was born, he didn't really race as often. So it's just really been sitting around. But it seems kind of strange how just one day there'd be no spark plugs and no leads on it, and they never got put back in. Strange. In, you can see right down the body. So he's actually built a bit of a frame with square tubing, and it has a full entire roll cage built into the body, all through the rest of the car, and hand-laid fiberglass outside panels. Now, unfortunately, because of the situation of how it's been sitting, obviously we can't take a look underneath, but what we can do is we can see that he actually mated a rear-wheel drive transmission to this thing. So clearly, the Daytonas used to be front-wheel drive, and front-wheel drive only, as far as I'm aware, but this has been converted to rear-wheel drive and manual. pretty freaking cool. I mean, just the amount of time and labor alone just tells you how much this was a labor of love to be able to build this thing. And frustration, I'm sure. I found pictures, and it looks just, there's one where it looks like he's just absolutely tearing his hair out. It's pretty funny, because you can just imagine how it felt in that day. When you know when you work on cars enough, you know how it can be some days. So full aero going through to the rad. I've never even seen this panel off, so I don't even know what kind of a rad it has or from what. There we see our hydraulics running for the clutch pedal, the brake pedal, and I'm not too sure what the third one is. Honestly, I don't really know. But there's the steering shaft going in all the way down to there to, I'm sure, a manually converted, used to be a power steering rack. Oh, this thing just looks like it's so seized. But we'll see if I can get this thing to turn. There might be some hope to actually hearing this thing run. You can see the full aluminum front engine plate mounted directly to the roll cage. This thing must have shaken your teeth out. Alright, let's take this plate off. See what we got going on down here. Oh, holy crap. Well, that's not looking so positive. What the hell is that? Chipmunks and frickin' mice and everything else, they just stuffed that full of everything they can find. And obviously, this thing was not stored ideally. So unfortunately, it looks like this thing is just absolutely stuffed. It's going to take some work to get this thing totally cleared out. But I'm going to soak it, see if I can get this thing to move. This thing's just been in this exact position for so long. I've never actually even seen the back of this thing. I don't even know if this has any mock taillights or even, panels in the back at all. Doesn't have a back glass in it. So I'm not too sure what to expect. All of the racing safety, roll cage and everything's still intact. And my dad's custom bead rolling there. A big rear view mirror. Full cage. Here you can see the inside of the fiberglass panels. Look crazy. It looks like some of these panels were either pre-built or the fiberglass itself he got from someone else. But I know he did most of the stuff here. Like the full roll cage. I know for a fact he did. We still have the racing net. I mean, that's just pretty cool in itself. Ah, it's stuck. It's not coming out of there. Probably tied up. But you can see the roll cage bars going down into the back, which I'm sure go down directly to the frame, which unfortunately you can't even see. Oh, this would take a lot of work to get all of this out. Oh, damn. So another thing we have to check is I found the dipstick here. Let's see if she has any old lubrication in it, if it hasn't turned to absolute dust. Ugh. Well, does look like it has a little. Might even have some oil on that. I'm trying to get the damn thing to focus here. Let's give it a smell test. Whoa. Smells terrible. Don't know what he used for freaking oil. But it has something and it's not full of water. So at least that's a good sign. Let's see. Well, so I managed to locate in that abandoned wasteland we call a shop some of my actual tools. So let's see, first of all, if if we can find out, sorry, what size this damn thing is. I'm gonna try from the cam first, and if it's putting too much tension on that old dry rotted belt and nothing is turning, we'll see if we can crack it loose from the crankshaft instead. Sorry. Oh, this is not good. Oh, sorry, I gotta get up in here. This is gonna be an ordeal. Oh man. Oh. Oh no. Well, that doesn't really want to turn. That's not a good sign. Well, back to the drawing board again. God damn. I never did check to see if this thing was even in neutral. Honestly, kind of scared of being in here. I have no idea what creatures or critters are just hanging out ready to bite me. And I mean, this isn't Australia. We don't really have to worry about everything wanting to kill you. But I mean, snakes, some spiders, anything else hiding out from the winter cold in a nice, dry, safe place might want to jump out and take a nibble. I don't know. Let's reach in, I guess, and risk it. See what we got. Oh. It feels like it's pretty seized. Oh, man. Oh, son of a bitch. Got it to move. Oh my god, I can't believe that. I thought we were screwed. I mean, it is a sort of a 5-speed. 1, 2, 3, 4 and overdrive. I mean, technically could be a 4-speed just with overdrive, but you know, who am I to judge? I have no freaking idea. So then, there we got my dad's pedals. And this actually still in decent condition. This steering wheel, it's actually not so bad. I'm like, oh. This seat's worse for wear, obviously, from all the UV rays, and it's got dried out. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh boy, was that terrible. So I did find out that the cam, it moves a little bit, but I don't know if it's just simply the tension on the belt, or, you know, it only moves not even a quarter of an inch, not even a tooth. So I also found out it doesn't have a starter in it. Oh my god. I don't know, so we're gonna see. So I got a crowbar. I'm gonna see if I can get on the tooth of the flywheel, see if I can get it to budge. I'm sure it'll do a lot better than trying to just break the bolt off inside the cam, or break the 13 mil crank bolt off inside the crank. Yeah, I don't like the idea of that. So we're gonna give this a shot. Probably gonna end up taking the carburetor off and see if I can clear her out. But yeah, looks like it's got a lot more work ahead of it than I originally planned. I knew it was gonna be quite the project, but I hoped at least I was going to be able to get it to move. Not start clearly, but move. Moving would be nice. So here we are, taking the carburetor off. I just managed to get the throttle linkage off, and maybe I can get this thing to loosen up a bit more with some WD-40 and lube and get her moving. But yeah, we'll start on getting these main carburetor bolts off. And oof, that's just caked full of mud and wasp's nest and crap and leaves and pine needles and who knows what else Canada weather and Canada environment sends at you when parked underneath a giant pine tree. Hell, we could have something living in there right now. Hopefully not dangerous by any means, probably not, but yeah. As you can see, the plexiglass windshield is no longer clear. I don't know if it would ever come back to clear again, but take this carburetor off and see what it looks like underneath. Go from there. Get the carburetor off. I mean, loosened off, that is. Now I just gotta jiggle it. Back and forth. Hold on, I might need 2 hands for this. Oh, there we go. Oh, crap. Oh, that's not so good. That looks like it got wet. Really, really wet. Oh my god. She's stuffed. Oh my god. What is that? What is that? What decomposed matter shit is that? I mean, it very well could be. Whatever it is, it's I'm expecting this whole entire manifold to be full of whatever that is now. That's not good. Well, it could be a very good reason why she's not turning. Could really be that stuffed, which means the intake might just have to come off too. Yay. But so, unfortunately, after fighting with it, pry bar on the flywheel and, you know, spraying WD-40 on everything I can, cracking the cap and getting like transmission fluid and WD-40 in each cylinder, I can barely get it to move. Maybe like not even 1/8 of an inch. It is in neutral. The oil just really smelled gummy. Everything is just so rusted up. You know, you have it in Canada and hot and cold. Right now it's, I don't know, -2, -3. So, not even sure what it's like on the inside of the engine. I found out actually that the carburetor was full open. All the dirt is stuffed in the carburetor and stuffed into the intake manifold. So, whether the valves are actually totally stuffed and they can't go anywhere, or if like the valve seats themselves and now got them stuck around the valve stem. Not a good situation for it. So, looks like we're gonna have to call it pause for now and, you know, give it some time to soak in and see what happens.